Here with head coach Kunkle from Southern Indiana in your 23rd season, but this is your second season in the OVC.
Yep.
Your team has picked to finish fourth here. You've had a very successful career. I want to start off with at USI, but you began your coaching career at Moorhead State. And what was it like going back there and taking your team to Moorhead last year for a season?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Well, I mean, I have some extended family there, so we had a really good crowd. And I had told the girls that it's kind of epic. I started my career there in the OVC, and hopefully I'm going to end it in the OVC. So it was pretty neat. It was really cool to go back and see some of just the same facilities and whatnot where it all started.
That's awesome. Well, we want to see, on the success in the OVC last season, and of course it happened with your team being a first year in the Division I level. How did the success and create the mindset for your team as they enter year number 2?
Well, the first year we went in and the unknown was a little scary. We didn't really know. We knew confidence wise, we knew we would compete, but kind of just taking one game at a time. And then, after we saw that even we didn't play really like our best throughout the season, many games. And, we still finished with a very respectful place and record. And so it's come down to it now that the team has like a little bit more understanding of things, and they're hungry, they're ready, and they're excited for some greatness. And and hopefully things fall into place and we play well and we finish at the top again.
Good. And Coach, give us some of your thoughts, on the outlook of your team for this upcoming season.
I think that we're really talented. I think that even more this year we are we're rather deep in a lot of positions, and I think that makes for a great year. Not a whole lot of room to become complacent. We have several kids that can get in and impact immediately. We have a really good balance of the returners and newcomers. So a lot of leadership in the sense of a lot of innings. Knowledge and experience goes a long way. And then you have, these kids that the newcomers coming in that they're from, the winning tradition, so it's, they get it, they're bought in. And, I'm pretty excited about a pretty good year.
Coach, tell us a little bit about maybe some of the strengths of your team and maybe some of the key individuals that that you're hoping to make a difference for your program.
I think that one thing that has been a really nice thing so far this year is that this group, they show up every day. We normally always work hard, but there's always teams that just kind of set the bar really high. We have a lot of kids that they demand excellence from themselves. So it's putting in the extra work. It's, leaving the office and walking through the hitting facility and them being in there between classes and getting extra cuts. And they just get it. They get it. They know that it takes a lot of work and you can't ever be satisfied. And but I think that that's a big thing that sets them apart. I'm assuming that we'll see another good year from Josie Newman, our number one pitcher. She had a really good season last year. And I looked at our seniors. We have 3 of them, Sammy Cahiga, Lexi Fair, and Mackenzie Bedrick. I expect a lot from them in regards to kind of just leading it. And I expect them to have good years as well. I do think that our newcomers are going to help us immediately. We have a really strong, talented new class, and they're pushing our older kids, which I think that all in all, I think it's going to come down to our favor that we have a really good mix between the two.
Okay. Uh, can you kind of give us that one thing, putting on the spot here? What's that one thing that you think that your team needs to be in contention to possibly even win the OVC championship this season?
I think consistency, the thing that we preach a lot is that, it's all about team, it's not about individual things. And obviously that's hard for any student athlete to do. They're always trying to be that great player. And I think the biggest thing for us is for them to stay consistent and confident and not allow a bad game or a bad series dictate what happens to them the rest of the season. Because even the first year, we knew we were going to see some really great programs, and you could come out there and we could have one hit on the day, but if it turns out that we are learning something and growing as a program and individuals, I think that we'll be in good shape. And I think that's where they have to stay in a really good mindset. And if we play well and we stay true to who we are as a program, I think we'll do really well.
I wanted to take a look at your roster a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about the fact that a lot of your student athletes are from the state of Indiana.
Mhm.
Talk about maybe the pride of bringing in-state kids to to be a part of Southern Indiana.
Well, I mean, we've always kind of stuck around the Midwest area. I've had a lot of kids from Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, and yes, the majority of our kids are Indiana kids, and they, it's like you dream of being like a Hoosier, when you're a young kid and you want to go play at the Big Ten, and a lot of them are very proud of the fact that they get to be a Screaming Eagle, and I love that. And if I had to pick between two kids, one kid that was just a diehard USI person that really just has loved and followed our program for years, I'll take that kid any day.
That's awesome. Coach, finally, I'd like to talk to you about your schedule.
Mhm.
Kind of talk about what went into trying to build a schedule to prepare you for the season, and definitely the opening weekend is a very strong one. And
Yeah.
kind of give us a little info on the slate you put together.
Yeah, well, just the history of our program, being a postseason team, and I'm a firm believer that you have to play the best to be the best, and you have to prepare yourself preseason to compete and to win a conference championship. And we kind of committed to the fact that we can't do anything with postseason right now, and giving our kids some really cool experiences and going to some different places and beautiful stadiums to play in. That was kind of our goal. And I'm friends with Coach Murphy, and I had talked to him when we made the transition to D1, and I said to him, I really want to bring our kids there. Just to play at Rhodes Stadium would be an amazing experience for them. And he was putting together a nice little tournament and teams that I think we can compete with. And it was just the excitement of it, and we're going to go there, and I think we'll do okay. I think that we're going to go down there, and the kids are fired up. We're excited to get outside soon, and even like Jacksonville State tournament, fantastic teams there. It's going to be anybody can win a game, anybody can lose any given day. It's just that I think that we're going to go there, and this team is gritty, so hopefully we'll enjoy ourselves and play some really good teams and learn something along the way.
Coach, finally, just want to ask about the fact that the OVC championships will be in Peoria, Illinois this season. Um, Much closer to home for you guys. Kind of talk a little bit about uh, the new venue.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. Obviously, even with all the coaches in the conference, everybody was like had different opinions about being on turf. Um, and either way, I feel like it's an honor to go there. It's an honor to play. And it's a nice facility. So hopefully things will go well. And everybody enjoys something of it. Last year's venue was a beautiful place, but I think that trying something new is fine, and obviously, hopefully the coaches will have good feedback, and the conference will listen to the coaches, whether it's a mainstay or not or what. But I know that just the whole feel of a championship setting is key, because I think those kids deserve that. It's going to postseason, going to NCAAs. It's such a wonderful experience for student athletes that hopefully that venue brings something to that nature.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time and we thank you for everything. We wish you the best of luck for this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.